You don't know everything you don't know. If you haven't accepted that by now, by the time you finish this video, you will. Some things just are. We're not sure how they got here, what created them, or what purpose they serve. Maybe that's alright. By the way, after the video, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next video. So sit back, prepare to have your mind blown by 10 amazing mysteries science cannot explain. What's right is what's left. While no exact number is known, scientific estimates put the amount of right-handed people between 88 and 92%, leaving roughly 10% left-handed, with ambidextrous or mixed-handedness less than 1%. Recent studies have presented the theory that a very slight starvation of oxygen to the area controlling the hands occurs during birth, resulting in one hand's dominance. There are also a set of genes associated with language that could assist in determining what digits we hold our fork with. All of that may prove how we get to be right or left-handed. Why such a vast majority are right-handed is still unknown. No known advantage exists between the two, though if you ask a lefty, they're sure to pontificate on the virtues of being the left thumb wrestling champion at every office party. Fing Magnets. Even the most hardcore juggalos raised a pierced eyebrow when Shaggy 2 Dope, one face-painted half of Insane Clown Posse, dropped the infamous lyric, "Magnets, how do they work?" during the song Miracles. Science, duh, the internet replied mockingly. Yet the reality is no one can truly explain why magnetism exists. We understand how it works, north poles, south poles, and magnetic flux density vector fields, information people have learned since the discovery of lodestones over 2,500 years ago. But why magnetic properties are the way they are in our giant round rock? Well, that's a giant shrug emoji. It's a force since forever is the best explanation given. The placebo effect. Something else you're just gonna have to accept. The placebo effect. Most often associated with medical testing, it's not easily summed up, but we're going to try. If your brain believes the treatment you're getting will help you, it just might. It could be a pill you think will work or an exercise routine given for rehab therapy. The process is also used in medical studies on new medicines, with a portion of test patients receiving actual treatment, while other patients only get expectations. A controversial practice for over a century, treating some patients with medicine and giving others lip service, and seems kinda like a douche move. Yet, sometimes it works, and no one can truly explain why. Cocaine mummies. Over 3/4 of the world's cocaine supply comes from Colombia, mostly because the cocoa plant is indigenous to South America, a soil perfectly cultivated to grow the leaf that creates the illegal drug. Given its native location, and combined with no known cross-continental travel at the time, it explains why researchers are still stunned over the discovery of cocaine mummies. In 1992, archaeologists were testing the remains of mummified corpses from Egypt when traces of cocaine and tobacco particles turned up. The vegetation containing the chemical components necessary to make this happen should not be found in Africa during the time the former people roamed Earth. To this day, no one has been able to determine exactly who was the mummy's dealer. Wow signal. Tom DeLonge of Blink-182 fame is a big fan of searching for the existence of extraterrestrial life. Chances are, during his journey to prove aliens exist, he came across a discovery made by Jerry Amon on the campus of Ohio Wesleyan University in Delaware, Ohio. In August of 1977, the Big Ear telescope located at Perkins Observatory on the campus of OWU picked up a 72-second transmission that is considered the most likely reception of alien transmissions this planet has ever received. While reviewing the recorded information, Amon was so impressed by the findings that he wrote the word "wow" next to it. Since then, the finding has been commonly referred to as the wow signal. Despite numerous attempts to locate another incident of the transmission, it's never been found again, leaving astrologists and rock stars baffled. The Bloop. 20 years after the wow signal, another one-time anomaly occurred. A loud, ultra-low frequency was heard at the same time at two different underwater listening stations, over 3,000 miles apart. The sound has been dubbed the Bloop. The recorded noise appeared to be animalistic, but given the distance between the stations and the volume of the sound, it would require the aquatic animal to be several times larger than any known underwater creature currently known. In 2012, a report was published claiming the sound was made by ice quakes, or the cracking and melting of ice falling off glaciers into the ocean. That explanation makes sense, but it's still only an educated guess. Humdinger. The hum is a phenomenon that no one can explain, and only a portion of the population can hear. Those unlucky enough to notice the almost constant, invasive, low-frequency humming or droning noise can't find a way to make it stop. While people everywhere have claimed to have superior listening skills, the largest groups of people occur in Taos, New Mexico, Bristol, London, and Zug Island, Michigan. Reported loosely by the media, scientists have visited the areas with the highest amounts of complaints, but are unable to determine the exact source, especially since only some of the researchers were even able to hear the hum. While people have recreated the sound, no actual recording exists, leaving many people to claim the hum is a hoax, a claim refuted by those always asking, "Can you hear it now?" Some like it hot. The sun is over 93 million miles away from the Earth, and it can still fry an egg on the sidewalk. Even with that heat, most people feel safe knowing how far away they are from the source, one that reaches over 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface. In fact, more people fear the sun exploding, leaving the world in permanent frozen darkness. If you're one of those, you might not like to hear that less than 4,000 miles under your feet is a solid iron core that scientists think reaches temperatures comparable to the sun's surface. While that is super hot, comparing the Earth's core to the sun's core isn't even close, as the center of the sun is approximately a balmy 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. Easter Island. Located in the southeastern Pacific Ocean is the Chilean island Rapa Nui, more commonly known as Easter Island, or that place with the giant heads. The 887 large statues known as moai were believed to be carved by the native people of the island between 1200 and 1500 AD. The statues are believed to be the ancestors of the islanders as they aim inwards towards the land the statue's subject once owned, though archaeologists recently let the public at large know the heads had another giant surprise, a body. While the most common images only show a tiny amount of the nearly 1,000 carved rocks, hundreds of torsos have been discovered, some all the way to the knees, leaving some to believe that they were praying to the sky, perhaps to a god, or perhaps to the visitors that assisted in creating the monoliths. How are we still alone? One of the biggest mysteries is one for a moment that has never actually happened. Proof of extraterrestrial life. Astrologists have estimated the length or age of the universe at 13.8 billion light years old. Assuming the possibility of a never-ending blackness, it seems scientifically unlikely that not one strand of actual proof exists that we're not alone. Given how much unknown is out there, it would seem likely that even a lost little ET would have stumbled upon the third rock from the sun by now. Or if you think that we already have been visited, and the men in black are hiding the evidence, then another life form knows we exist. Which could mean that eventually, when we do discover evidence, we're gonna wish we were still alone. What crazy conspiracies or magical moments have you perplexed? Be sure to let us know in the comments below, and like our video.